Mr. Postman.
All right, a little Motown, little Mr. Postman for you that we're listening to. It's Dog Bite Prevention Week. You may want to pay special attention to your friendly mail carriers. USPS dog trainer Hector Hernandez, as well as postal workers Marlon Williams and Carol Glynn, are here now with some tips on how to be responsible with your dog and keep postal workers safe from dog attacks. And thank you all for joining us today. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
You know, my father-in-law was a U.S. postal worker for 30-plus years in New Orleans, Julie's dad, and so we have a special place in our heart for the work that you guys do. And sometimes when you go up to these doors, these dogs, I'm a dog lover too, but they can be vicious. So Hector, you've decided to help train some of these owners on how to deal with the dogs, right?
Yeah, I find it a shame that I have to train the letter carriers how to protect themselves from homeowners' dogs.
Right.
It shouldn't be that way.
Right.
The owners should know how to train and manage their dogs for the letter carriers. So one of the major things I tell them is if they don't want their dog to bark at letter carriers, cover the window with some window film. The dog doesn't need to see constantly. And then they start getting a parallel with uniforms, that they don't like uniforms. So you cover that window film, you'll stop a lot of that visual aggression from occurring.
But also the bottom line is to train these dogs, because even if they do see them, let's say your dog sits out in the front porch all the time or is on a leash in the front porch. I mean, these postal carriers, and let's talk to you folks because you guys are out there, like Hector knows, each and every day. What happens when you see a dog that's tied to a tree or tied to a stake in the ground and you have to go up to the door? What happens?
Usually they attack us or they want to come at us because they're protecting their home. So they're protecting their property and their family. So we're coming out to them, and it's just something where we just have to walk away almost and not deliver the mail. Because
so they don't get their stuff that day.
Right.
You have to figure out a better time to go back.
Yes, yes.
What do you tell about your experience?
Actually, we try to leave a dog letters for them to notify them that their dog is out and could be aggressive for us and everything, and we just.
No, that's okay.
No. Well, my job is to tell the owner, don't put them in front.
Okay, so
don't tie them up in front.
Yeah.
I mean, they work for you and against you. There's a lot of people who can come on your property without your permission. The Postal Service is not trespassing. Utility workers is not trespassing. Police are not trespassing. All three could be subject to your dog hurting them.
So you're saying put the dog in the backyard, not the front yard?
Exactly. Or put the dog in the house, manage him in the house, control him when somebody comes to the door, teach him to sit, to down, to stay, in the face of someone being there.
Talk about the dog you have with you right now.
This is Malo. He's the one who actually teaches letter carriers and utility workers and police how to face their fear.
So talk about that, Hector. You train postal workers on what to do when an aggressive dog approaches them.
Correct. I try to debunk a lot of myths out there. And one of the biggest myths out there is stand there and don't look at the dog. That will help you get bit. They need to stop doing that. So what I teach them is square up with the dog, look at him, and if the dog's going to attack you, put something in front of you. You don't want to defend yourself while you're getting bit.
So put your mail bag in front of you, whatever.
Their package is their dog. Their letters is their dog.
Right.
They have to defend themselves from not being injured. And even more importantly, they have to defend themselves while they're not in pain. So they have to put something in front of them. I also tell them to put a hat, even a hat, to put something in front of them. Now, once the dog's made a commitment to bite, they got to defend themselves.
You're saying put a hat in front of you?
Something.
Take your hat off, put it in front of you.
So what I do is I tell them to put their hat and just move it in front of them. If they bite that dog was committed to bite you. Now you can defend yourself without pain. And it shouldn't even come to that level. And I don't even want the litter carriers to even use pepper spray, but they have that option. Why would we want to pepper spray a dog that's doing his job? Because the owner's not training and managing their dog properly.
So to protect the dog as well, to protect the postal worker, you're saying just keep the dog in the backyard if at all possible, especially between the hours of delivery, which is usually in the morning until about 6 or 7 p.m., right?
I don't see a reason why he should be in the front. There's too many margin of error that something can happen.
Yeah, and our job as carriers is to deliver your mail. We want to deliver your mail. We take pride in delivering your mail. So please help us to be safe doing our job and we want to get you your mail.
We want to protect the dogs, protect the postal workers, and get your mail to where it needs to go. Number 6, Detroit's number 6 on the list of most dog bites for postal carriers, postal workers. So let's get that number where it's not that anymore. That's kind of crazy.
And they're delivering 7 days a week now.
Sure.
People at home
more chances.
Sundays.
More chances of it happening.
Well, we thank you for what you do each and every day in the hot summer months that are coming up and beyond. We'll do our part by taking care of our dogs. Hector, both of you, thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
being
being